Okay, hello everybody. Life and the career of the physician vary significantly depends on the that physician's personal or family background, educational background, maybe professional progress or challenge, and so on. I have been working at the University of Hawaii School of Medicine for almost like how long? 30 some years. I have many colleagues and working for the JABSOM School of Medicine. And today, it is my pleasure to have Dr. Sandra Chang, who has been working for University of Hawaii for many years. And then particularly, her activity or achievement in international activities and also so-called One Health gonna be very interesting, and I like to hear from you today. And these your career may be helpful for the young generation in the future when they think about their own future career. So Sandra, welcome to this series, and thank you very much for joining us. And then I'd like to introduce first yourself.
Okay, great. So hello, everyone. I'm Sandra Chang. I'm a professor at the John A. Burns School of Medicine, as Dr. Machi has mentioned. And I'm so glad that you invited me. I know it's been a while that we've been trying to get together, but
Yeah,
I'm so pleased to be here today.
me too. This is a present to future doctors series 160 today. And Dr. Chandra Sang is a professor of the tropical medicine. And her catchphrase is my career journey. Uh, do what you love and love what you do. So please start your introduction yourself and then go ahead and moving on.
Okay, so I'll move to my first slide. Dr. Machi asked that I give you a little bit about my background, my personal background. And so I was born in Lihue, Kauai. This is in the state of Hawaii. And this is me as a little girl in the
Okay.
center. Um, I grew up in a plantation village outside of Lihue, and the name of it was called Hanamaulu Plantation.
Mm.
And on the right, if you look at the map of Hawaii, you can see Kauai on the very top,
I see.
and Lihue is,
Is
shown
there? I see.
there. Yeah. And where I grew up, we had a beautiful beach called
Uh-huh.
Hanamalu Beach, and we would always go there with our families and have picnics. And so I thought I'd give you a little view of our beautiful beach as well.
Yeah,
Um,
nice.
My father was a heavy equipment operator for the plantation.
Mm.
And my mother also worked for the plantation as a secretary. And I grew up with two brothers, and you can see us very young on the left, myself
I
with
see.
my brothers, Sonny and Alan.
Uh-huh.
And then today,
Yeah.
you can see all of us much older
Yeah,
with my
that's
mother.
fine. Yeah. What
Yeah,
kind of
who's
plant?
still alive.
What kind of plantation you mean? What kind of plant?
It was a sugar. It was
Sugar.
a sugar plantation.
Oh, I
Yeah,
see. I
a
see.
sugar
I see.
plantation.
Mm.
We don't have them anymore in
That's right.
Hawaii.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when I was growing up, it was still a major industry.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so this is my family, my mom and my two brothers. Yeah.
See. Nice
Okay.
family.
So the next slide is more of my educational
Uh-huh.
background.
Uh-huh.
So I went to high school in Honolulu,
I see.
and this was at Sacred Hearts Academy. I don't know if you
Oh,
visited
yeah, I know
Sacred
because
Hearts Academy.
my daughter was there long time ago.
Oh, okay. Great, great. It's in Kaimuki,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
in Honolulu. And my favorite classes when I was a student, there were biology and physics.
I
So
see.
I
Okay.
was headed towards science from very young.
Oh, good.
Um, After I graduated from Sacred Hearts Academy, I went on to the University of Hawaii at Manoa for both my bachelor's degree in biology and master's in microbiology.
I see.
And I really enjoyed being a student there and decided that research was something that I wanted to pursue as a career, as well as teaching in academia. So I moved to Oregon Health Sciences University in Portland for my doctoral training. And there I did a PhD in microbiology and immunology. So it was a great experience. The first time I ever studied away from Hawaii. So very different for me, but it was really wonderful.
I think many people from Hawaii go to the Oregon Health and Science, for their studying,
It's grown a lot since I was there. Yeah,
Mm.
it's a huge campus now. It was much smaller when I was there, but still quite strong in the sciences. Yeah, in biomedical sciences. So I was in microbiology and immunology, mostly immunology back then. So when I finished in Portland, I moved down to Pasadena, California, and I did a postdoc at California Institute of Technology in the biology program there. And so I was there for a few years for a postdoc before I came back to Hawaii.
I see.
Yeah. And so you can see here, the view from Mount Hood from the Oregon Basic Science Building.
Yeah.
And then you can also see the UH Manoa Snyder Hall, where I did my undergraduate training. But this building is gone now. They have a new life sciences building. So this is a historical photograph. I guess Dr. Machi wanted me to talk a little bit about my progression in my career.
Okay.
And I joined the Department of Tropical Medicine, Medical Microbiology, and Pharmacology as a researcher primarily in 1986, so quite a while ago. And I was an assistant researcher. I was working primarily on malaria vaccine development because of my background in molecular biology that I received from Caltech. I was able to begin cloning a gene that we wanted to develop as a malaria vaccine and then evaluating the immune response to that gene product, the
So
protein.
malaria at that time was still prevalent, in Hawaii, or
No, actually we don't have it in Hawaii, but tropical medicine is really a
other
study of
Asian
global.
country, globally,
So in Africa, in Asia, in South and Central America,
I see.
many countries, and of course in the Pacific, they have a lot of malaria as well. Yeah, so it is a global problem still today, even though we now have 2 malaria vaccines. Yeah. So after I did this position as a researcher, of course, I was promoted to associate researcher in 1988, and then I converted more to an instructional faculty. So not only did I do research, but I also did some teaching, and I was very active in graduate education. So that was in 1995. I converted from a researcher to an associate professor. And then finally in 1997, I was promoted to full professor. And I became the chair of the tropical medicine graduate program. And I'm still the chair of the graduate program today.
I see. So from around what time you start, working globally, going to Asian country and after you become the professor?
Well, I did some global research even as a researcher because my lab was funded in part from the World Health Organization, the malaria vaccine program there. So I traveled all over the world for malaria vaccine research.
I see.
Yeah. And but later on, more recently in the last 5 years, I became more active in a field called One Health, which is looking at diseases that I would say are the interconnection between human health, animal health, and environmental health. Yeah. And so that was really in the last maybe 5-6 years. And I developed a collaboration with Japan, Fukuoka, Japan, on One Health education. I think you wanted me to talk about some of the challenges
Challenges,
that
okay.
I faced in my career. So I was going to do that first.
Okay.
And so I just have three examples that I wanted to share with your audience. And one of them is that, as a scientist, as a faculty member, you really need to be able to adapt to changing roles during your career. And so, as I've already mentioned, I eventually made a transition from a research focused position to instructional faculty. And that was quite demanding because it required that I maintain both a competitive research lab and also do teaching and administrative responsibilities. So to adapt to those changing roles was quite challenging, but of course it made it more interesting also because I felt like, my job never really stayed the same throughout my career. It evolved as time went on. So, yeah, so I still enjoy my work today.
Good.
Yeah. And then the other challenge is, this work-life balance that all of us struggle with, kind of balancing our professional responsibilities and our personal lives. And it's never very easy. I was lucky because I had a lot of family support, and my mother in particular helped me to raise my children,
I see.
and of course my husband as well. And so family has always been a very high priority for me. I have two children and two grandchildren now,
Oh,
and yeah, so I really enjoy my family a lot. Um, and then the third area is in mentoring and advising graduate students. So these are master's students and PhD students. I've done that for quite a bit in my career. And what I've learned is every student is different. And you really need to adjust to their own lives and their own needs and discover approaches that will allow the individual student to be successful. So it's not one size fits all. You have to really adjust to each student individually. And, that's very important for anyone going into graduate education or education in general. I think it's important to realize that.
How about like a funding? I was doing some research also, but before even like a NIH grant and other things, of course it's not easy to get. But past
Mhm.
like several years, it's getting more and more difficult to get funding.
Yeah, it is difficult. Throughout my career, I was fortunate to receive funding from both the National Institutes of Health as
Hmm?
well as the World Health
Oh, I see,
Organization
I
and
see.
private foundations.
Hmm.
The Hawaii Community Foundation helped to support some of my students along the way. And even the University of Hawaii Foundation has several endowments which allow me to support both undergraduate and graduate students to study in my laboratory. So, yes, funding is always a challenge, and especially today. Today, it's really quite chaotic, I would say,
Right.
and difficult. But we keep hoping that things will improve and stabilize, and the funding situation will get better.
And you have some
So,
accomplishment, right? There's a lot of
yes,
accomplishment, I think, I'm sure you have, but these are some example.
right. I just wanted to talk about a few of them. As we've already, discussed, just being able to obtain grants over the course of my career and to publish manuscripts in basic immunology and vaccine development, as well as translational immunology or the application of immunology to disease situations. That has been a real source of satisfaction, I guess
Mm.
I would say, that I have been able to spend my career doing research in all of these areas. Um, Also, more recently, I've done some program development. And so I created two actually One Health programs. One of them is an undergraduate certificate in One Health at the UH Manoa campus. And then the other one is a certificate of distinction for medical students in One Health. And so here at the John A. Burns School of Medicine, I have a group of students who want to learn more about One Health and spend over the course of their 4 years doing projects and providing different kinds of educational outreach opportunities, as well as doing their own research in One Health. So that has been something that I've enjoyed more recently.
I see.
And then during the COVID pandemic, I was very active in vaccination education in the community. And so it was both for the general public, but also for healthcare providers to explain about the COVID-19 vaccines, messenger RNA vaccines, and viral vectored vaccines, because these were all new concepts that most people in the health professions really were not familiar with. And so I did a lot of vaccination education for the community. And
Yeah, vaccination has some debate, because this is a new type of the vaccination, some effect, but also side effect, and there's a lot of discussion, and
there's
people
quite a bit of discussion, but I think one has to balance the benefit and the risk.
That's
it
right.
saved millions of lives, I would say, because of this vaccine. Yes, any vaccine will have side effects, and on rare occasions will have serious, adverse events. But if you weigh it and look at the public health benefit, I think the benefits to the community far outweigh the risks. And it's really a shame today that, they've discontinued development of messenger RNA vaccines, because I think we will need them again for the next pandemic. And we have to be prepared to move very nimbly and quickly when something else comes up that we need a new vaccine very quickly. I just wanted to talk a little bit about One Health, because
I think, it's very interesting. I didn't know this until like a few years ago. You introduced me about this concept, and then we work a little bit, with the Japanese people. But this is very interesting subject, I think. And then for the future physician, not just for the human being, but also they need to take care of like animal or environment. So this is a very interesting concept, and I'm glad you are the leader in this field, JABSOM.
Yeah, thank you. So, this whole idea of One Health is that when you talk about health, you cannot just talk about human health. You have to consider all of the factors that go into our environment, that affect animals. And if we deal with keeping all of those elements healthy, then we will truly have health for everyone and for all species on this planet. So some people call One Health planetary health, because it's really looking at the health of, all of the different occupants of the planet, plants, environment, animals, and humans. So this is a concept that, has been embraced in certain areas of Japan. And I've developed collaborations there I'll talk about in a little bit. But the World Health Organization now has what they call a quadripartite organization that focuses on One Health. And the thing about One Health, it involves many different sectors and disciplines. That's shown on the left. And it also operates at many different levels. So, we have to talk about health at the local level, but we also need to consider it at the national, regional, and global level. And if we think about something like climate change, for example, it really is an example of One Health, because, climate change in or the overuse of carbon fuels and fossil fuels has effects all over the world. We know that, sea level rises has affected many island communities that don't themselves generate a whole lot of pollution, but they've been impacted by this. And so looking at their health, it's important to consider the effect of the environment on their health. And then the other aspect of it is, the healthy animals and the importance of monitoring animal health to prevent the spread of future pandemics, for example, because very often pandemics are what we call zoonotic diseases in their origin, and they get spread from animals to people. So in order to keep people healthy, we have to keep the animals healthy and free of disease and prevent spread from the animals to the people as well. Yeah, so all of these things are interconnected, and I think it's important when students are looking at health that they not only look at their very narrow area of, say, human health, but they take all of these things into account when they're trying to address these problems.
Yeah, very good concept, I think. Yeah.
And so the next slide, I just was going to mention our partnership with Japan. We've partnered with the Fukuoka Prefecture as well as the Suzuki Educational Group to collaborate on establishing One Health at their universities. They have quite a bit of One Health education in their elementary schools and their high schools, but they haven't really developed programs at the university level. And so they would like to collaborate with us to take some of our concepts that we have in the university in our One Health program and transfer them to the Japanese educational system, both the public educational system in the Fukuoka Prefecture and the private system through the Suzuki Educational Group. And so in these photographs on the top, I show you some of our partners from Japan, and Dr. Machi is also in this photograph, as well as faculty and administrators from our medical school who got together and signed an agreement, a memorandum of understanding to pursue this collaboration in One Health. And on the bottom, you can see our former president, Dr. Lasner, as well as the head of Suzuki Educational Group, shown here, the Suzuki family. And we met and signed a memorandum of understanding with them as well. And we actually went to Japan last year in October and spent time at their universities trying to work out the details of our collaboration.
I see.
So on the bottom here, we see some of the students in Yame Agricultural High School, just outside of Fukuoka. And one of my graduate students, Jerissa Ching Choi, on the right, joined me, and we visited the students at Yame Agricultural High School to talk to them about One Health. So it was a lot of fun to meet the students and really find out what they're doing and for them to get an idea of what we're doing here in Hawaii.
That's good. And also people from the Japan, Fukuoka came to visit the JABSOM, right?
Yes. I've met with them almost annually, at least once a year, sometimes twice a year here at JABSOM to talk about, working with them and what we plan to do.
And it's good, even not the college or medical student, but also like a high school student, they understand what One Health is. It's very important, I think.
Yes. I think they're doing a fantastic job in Fukuoka. And, we'd love to help them, to continue to help them to develop their program further.
That's good.
I wanted to just, leave some information for the audience. If you are interested in the University of Hawaii, in the John A. Burns School of Medicine, any of our One Health initiatives, you can learn more at our website. We have two, one for our department on the top, tropical medicine, and then another one for the One Health program on the bottom. And so you can, go to those sites and learn more about what we have going on here. And then you can always email me if you would like to visit and learn more about One Health in Hawaii. I'd be happy to meet with you.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. Thank you very much, Sandra. Sandra, thank you very much for talking about the career, particularly including international activity and One Health. I know about you in terms of One Health activity, but I didn't know before you get into this, field, so it's good to know more about yourself. And I'm sure you go to Japan more frequently from now again, but also accepting, visitors, or students from
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Japan and other countries.
Yeah, every year we host students from high schools in Japan who participate in an exchange program for a month in Hawaii. And so it's their youth development program. And so Fukuoka Prefecture sends over these students and we spend time with them
I see.
here.
Oh, that's good. Okay. All right. I'm happy, I get, familiar with this One Health things, and particularly through your leadership. And then I like to contribute or work more for the One Health activities. But I'm glad you lead this field in University of Hawaii. And hopefully I can meet you, personally again
Yes, yes.
somewhere.
Yeah, we've met several times and, had a chance to interact with our visitors from Japan. So I hope that it'll happen again later this year.
Very much.
And thanks so much for inviting me.
Yeah, it's my great pleasure to have you. And particularly, these days, physician's career, as I said at the beginning, is vary a lot and depends on the, what kind of things they like to do, what skill they have, So your career was very kind of unique. And whatever you accomplished was very important, and that may be helpful for future, young generation to think about, their own career, in the future. So yeah, that's very good. Thank you very much. I appreciate your participation in this program. So see you somewhere again.
All right. See you around.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.